On this Saturday night. So I'm trying to stick with my commitment of a video a day. A video a day of InfoArtist JK keeps the doctor away. And people don't live by bread alone. So I'll be talking about that. And also this up here. And I got my Zildjian Dennis Chambers signed drumsticks. Dennis Chambers from the Parliament Funkadelics, who I went to see with my friend Michael Visconti at the Capitol Center in Largo, Maryland, probably 1978, maybe 1980, where we wore moon boots. Dennis Chambers. And that's also going to be my pointer up here, Information Literacy Action Processor. Information literacy is the ability to extract, accept, and create good value from needed information sources. And I'll go more over that, and I think I'll get the camera closer to that. Also, I want to honor all the veterans on this Veterans Day tomorrow and then observed on Monday. My father was a lieutenant senior grade, which is equal to a captain in the Army. And this is my daughter's hat that she just bought. And honor all veterans, and McDuff's father, he was in the Navy, and George's father, maybe in the Navy or the Army. I think George's father was in the Navy, yeah. So another thing is, I want to dedicate the InfoArtist JK channel, which has a working title of The Sinner, the Teacher, right now, working title. It's starting to come together so I can deliver valuable content each day. And right now I'm aiming for 5 to 10 minutes, right around there. Last night's was 10 minutes and 3 seconds. I want to dedicate, I plan to dedicate and make it more formal, the channel to Jenny Moore Task Force, and also, I'm not sure what I'll say AS for now, the young man who was age 20 a year ago, was that November, which is what led me to discovering George's channel. And getting to meet Task Force and hang out with her and talk with her about Book of Revelations, etc., and all the amazing things she knew. But he died of a maybe fentanyl overdose or heroin overdose. So I'm going to go over this within 10 minutes. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit. But one of the oh my goodness, I'm going to give this a shot here. One of the commenters on my channel, Bird Ardoin 83, really concerned with all the people out in LA and near the fires, and myself. My best friend growing up lives in Santa Monica. So I texted him, I haven't heard back. I assume he's okay, and other friends, his brother and others, Johnny V and all the others that are out there, I'm very concerned. So he asked me to write a song, which I haven't written a song, but this is what came to me, thinking about the people who have died in the fire, and Veterans Day. I'm mixing lots of things, but this is just very, very draft beginning. God bless the souls of those lost in war and fire. So do we honor them, go deeper with God, doing what they can no longer do. Their journey is done as you march on. So that just came to me. It's very rough, raw, the whole thing. But you can be in on the process, the creative process. So when I write a song, it would start with just something like that, and then you build from there, and it could be totally different when you finish, which is what's going on with this channel. I'm developing it, aiming for January 1st, 2019, to have this more defined and talk about what I'm going to deliver. So, the two things is, don't touch your nose, JK, okay, all right, Cherie, did I say that right? People don't live by bread alone, and this channel, I want to develop it like it's going to be a meal a day. Meaning you go to you have a meal, so you make it yourself, you buy it at the store and heat it up. your wife or your husband makes it for you, your children make it for you, you go to a family member, a friend's house, they make you a meal, or you go to a restaurant. However we have our meals, we break bread with people. That's what I'd like to develop this, excuse me, thinking about food, this channel where you have this meal. People don't live by bread alone. And maybe that can be part of the working title. I can figure out how to integrate that. That this would be that meal of good information each day. With music, but music is information. So that's why I'm an info artist. Music, talk, culture, inside the Beltway, teacher, coach, all the things I can deliver. But I need to speed it up. So the metaphor of information is like food, a restaurant. You have the menu, and when you go to a restaurant with friends and someone wants to order a lobster, most socially conscious people don't say, oh, you're going to have the lobster? Same with information. You are going to observe this channel or other people's channel, and you can always turn it off. You don't usually say, ooh, you da-da-da-da-da. It's food. You can get a lobster, you can get a filet mignon, you can get green beans, you can get a salad, you can get tofu, you can get fish. And that's what my channel is going to be. I'm going to define it more. And I couldn't find a chef's hat, and so I'm glad I found this, honor the veterans. My uncle was a squadron commander in the Air Force, and my cousin, his son, is a pilot now with a private airline, but graduated from the Air Force Academy out in Colorado. So I honor them. Those, Memorial Day is more for those who died in service, so we'll focus on all the veterans who are, for now, to respect them. But anyway, the meal, it's going to be like a meal. So I'm going to give you lots of things. Tell my story about coaching soccer with Mia Hamm, the soccer player, the soccer star. Getting a letter of recommendation by Henry Kissinger. The Hank Williams story I told a bit. All those kind of things. So so then I'm going to go over the eye flap. But you got that metaphor. And I love this core group, those who have been tuning in, and your feedback. So let me get to this. This is going to be a quick overview. Let's see how I don't know how to do this. There we go. All right. So information literacy action processor. It's like a processor, just like you have in a computer. And I just give you the definition. Critical thinking code, double A to the double C to the double R equals V at G, T, and M. So George came up with that way to say that, kind of reminded of the Sugar Hill Gang, the rap song that he heard all the time when he was playing basketball. Accurate, authentic, accessible, context, clear, relevant, refined. Those are the 6 main words, which these are hyphenated or whatever. And then these are other words that start with those letters that are important when you're trying to get value from information. I know I'm not great at putting this up here. Let me see if I can. There we go. And I have a plus or minus next to most of these 6 concepts, but not next to context. So someone might try to answer that. Oh, and by the way, the other video, the Love Your Enemies, the BIS is the Bank of International Settlements. All right, so back to this. Then you have a subject, and you use these concepts for problem solving, decisions, topics, and then to create value and good goal. You need a goal when you're evaluating, and it should be a good goal. And then timeliness factor, and then miscellaneous, any other concepts that come up. Then this is it 100%? Is it 0%? How much are you this or that? You vote. That's what this quantify. You quantify things. That's what this represents. The individual vote. We all have a vote in a democracy, and the continuum. So there's analog and digital. I got to look at the time. All right, I'm going to input, processing, output, 70, 10, 10, 10 perspective, changes, unchanging, awake or asleep, individuality, unity, frequency, intensity, and duration. It's endorsed by Paul Zurkowski. I don't even know if I'm getting that on there. But time is of the essence. So there we go. So you guys are awesome. I'm going to give much more explanation. And there we have it. As we wind this down, I'm my dear Darvika. Okay, bye.